What is up, people? Matt here again. So again, apologies, I haven't done a video in another 2-week period, but I've actually finished Fallout 4 now, so that's not going to be hindering me doing videos. So hopefully I will actually get back up to date and keep up to date with my videos from here on out. So obviously in the period that I haven't been doing videos, 2 Bleach chapters have come out. So I'm just going to do another double video doing chapters 655, The Miracle, and 656. So we'll get on with 655 first. So it begins with Gerard Valkyrie after he got his ass kicked by Renji and Byakuya. And he's going on about all of his miracles stuff, saying if miracles just happened out of the ordinary stuff, they wouldn't be classed as miracles. But what a stroke of luck, the strangest things do happen sometimes, don't they? So he's going off, and Renji isn't particularly happy about it. He's like, what you know, you're talking out your arse. Gerard's like, oh, I'm quite impressed, you know. This is what I'd expect from captain level members of the Gotei 13, to be able to wound me. Gerard's like, you know, watch as it occurs here in the face of all Dairods. So he's basically saying, I'm going to beat you, and this is what a miracle is. Byakuya is just like, nope, and completely fucks Gerard Valkyrie up. Cuts his head off, and then just literally severs all of his limbs. So you think, oh, well, that's the end of it. Now Momo's like, did we need to go this far? And everyone's like, yeah, Momo, we kind of did, because, you know, if you let them just sort of lie there, they tend to get back up and fuck people up. You know, they're in a war. If you can kill the enemy, just fucking kill them. Don't piss about with them. Don't let them power up. Don't give them a second chance. Don't give them a second wind. Just kill them. You know, Shinji, Byakuya and Renji get this. It just seems to be Momo that's a bit hesitant. So Byakuya's got the right idea. Shinji's like, if you're going to do a job, you might as well do it right. So they walk off, and out of nowhere, a massive fucking foot comes out of nowhere, stomps the ground, and it's just smashing shit up. And it turns out Gerard Valkyrie's fucking gone into vault standing by the looks of it, and he's become a massive giant. It turns out that he turns damage that he takes, and it makes him grow. So because Renji and Byakuya and all that did so much damage to him, he's grown to absolutely ridiculous heights. You know, he says it's the first time I've ever been able to grow this big, and he just throws a massive pillar at them. Momo, like, he aims for Momo, and Momo sort of, it doesn't hit Momo, but it like I think it collapses something below her. So she goes out to grab her hand, and Shinji's there, and then it looks like Shinji and Momo just get squashed by one of his hands. Byakuya goes to attack his hand, and it looks like Gerard Valkyrie swipes or punches something, and it looks like it hits Byakuya as well. And he blows, and he's like laughing now. So the only people that aren't down for the count by the looks of it is Renji and Rukia, I think. He's like, don't bother lamenting over it, you know. You might fight or pray, but, you know, no miracle will be able to help you, and that's how the actual chapter ends. So I can't quite understand how they're going to be able to beat Gerard Valkyrie, because if his ability is just to take damage and he gets bigger and stronger over it, how can you beat that? Because surely Byakuya killed him when he like cut his head off and cut all his limbs off. So surely if he just did it again, he'd just keep growing. I'm thinking the only person that can beat this sort of guy is probably Kisuke, because Kisuke is not actually there, interestingly. He's somewhere, but he's not getting involved. We haven't seen him in the actual fight. So is he planning something to take down Gerard Valkyrie? Probably yes. It'd be interesting to see. So now let's go on to chapter 656, the God of Thunder. So we begin with Gerard Valkyrie, a massive giant, just sort of like laughing it off really. And now we come over to Askin. He's like, oh, looks like Gerard's finally unleashed his powers. And then he's like, oh yeah, speaking of which, it looks like Lily's been fucked up. And then he's like, oh, it looks like Gerard hasn't even noticed that Lily's been done in. So it turns out Lily was actually like the leader of them. Which was quite interesting. He was the first Quincy to be bestowed a power by His Majesty, so he was the first one. His own personal power. But the other two, Pernida and Gerard, apparently they had their powers long before. So they weren't bestowed any special powers by Juha. Because they already possessed their powers, it was only a matter of time before Juha bestowed additional powers to them as well in recognition of their services. So that's why there were rumours going around about Pernida's identity as obviously the left hand of the Soul King. And it turns out that Gerard is the Soul King's heart. So, and just I don't know about how these rumours began, but it's especially since they've been to be Quincy's, but obviously the amount of power they wield, it's no wonder that these rumours sort of became about. And then he's like, so was that a short enough summary for you, Ichigo? And then we go on to the next. Ichigo's flat out on the fucking floor. When I first read this, I was like, what the fuck happened here? Because we didn't see how this went down. So Orihime and Chad are trying to come to Ichigo's rescue. Ichigo's like, oh, don't go away, don't come near. Chad tries to do his Gante attack, Brother Gante, and they just stop in their tracks all of a sudden. And apparently they can't stand up now, they're having trouble breathing. And apparently Askin has a pool around him in a radius. And it's not lethal, but it lowers resistance. So he can choose whatever the pool's made of. So in this instance, he said he chose reishi. He made the reishi so dense that they're being poisoned by the reishi. But he says he can do it with blood. So when he was obviously fighting the Zero Squad, I think he was drinking blood or something, and that's how he managed to manipulate it. He's saying, so he says, unfortunately my stomach's going to explode. So obviously he's infamous for drinking lots of drinks, mainly like lattes and that sort of thing. So he says, I'll wait until my stomach's settled down to do more shit. And then out of nowhere Yoroichi appears, and she's like clinging on. She's like kind of Batman, and she's like upside down on a little rock behind Askin. So she's not affected by the pool for some reason. I'm not sure if it's. I don't know if it's if you touch the ground. I think it's a ground thing. So now, interestingly enough, Askin is referring to Bambietta, saying Yorichi's like Bambietta, which is a bit strange. Basically, he's talking about elegance. So he's saying, I just prefer defeating my opponents with a certain amount of elegance. So he says, after all controlling and manipulating lethal doses as such, ringing people's necks, it's more suited to women like you. So he's kind of saying he's a bit more elegant, whereas Yorichi and women of her ilk are more brute force, I guess. So Yorichi looks like she's about to do Shunpo. Obviously she uses, that's thunder, so I assume that's why the chapter's called God of Thunder. So Askin looks like he's about to shoot Yoruichi with her bow that he's got on his hand, which is a bit weird because we've never seen him do that before. But apparently Yoruichi grabs one of the arrows in her hand, redirects it and throws it, and it hits Askin through his shoulder. Yoruichi's basically just saying, look, I just want to get this over and done with. I can't be arsed with you, to be honest. We'll just get through here. So obviously, as I said, she uses Shunko, Raijin, Senkai, and a massive fucking blast just happens, and that's how the chapter ends. So we don't know what's happened. I'd very much doubt she'd be able to one-shot Askin. I mean, it does. I think she might be able to beat Askin, but I don't think it's going to be just an easy fight. I don't think anyone's going to have an easy fight, to be honest. But I do find it a bit weird that Askin's able to take down Grimmjow, Ichigo, and Yoruichi's going to come along and beat him, because I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Ichigo's stronger than Yoruichi at this point. I'd probably put Ichigo in the top 5. He's in the top 5 strongest people. So I don't see how he'd be able to be taken down. So he's obviously, it's a trap though. Askin's a bit of a trap person, and Ichigo's more of a brute force person. So he's sort of at a disadvantage in types. If he was going up against Gerard Valkyrie or someone like that, maybe he would have just mopped the floor. But that's not the case for this fight. But it'd be interesting to see how Yoruichi fights. Or I don't know if Yoruichi needs help, but maybe she does. But I imagine she'll go Bankai or something. We've never even seen her Zanpakuto, so it'd be quite interesting to see a Shikai and a Bankai in one fight. But it'd be something like that. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens. Hopefully it makes sense, and it'd be quite an interesting fight. We obviously haven't seen Yoruichi get into proper fights really before, so it'd be interesting to see what she does if she actually unleashes her full potential. So yeah, as always, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next one, and I'll be back up to date from now on, and hopefully be doing more regular videos. But yeah, thanks for watching.